All right, hey everyone. This is Jacob, also known as .zip, and today I'm going to be walking you through my newest song called Trust Issues with Micah Hill. I've never done one of these before, so we'll see how it goes, but I'm not even probably going to edit this. I'm just going to sit you guys down and show you exactly how I made this. I guess an only 87 layer track. Break it down for you step by step, show you guys the effects I'm using, everything. I want this to be an educational resource for anyone out there that's like trying to learn how to make music. And I know this is what I would really want if I was just starting out. I always craved and loved when artists would break down how they made stuff and made it feel more accessible and real. It's not that bad. So I'll show you how I do my vocals and my synths and samples and drums and blah 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 blah, effects, everything. I'll break everything down. And hopefully down there, I'll have it, chaptered in YouTube, so you can skip ahead to whatever. But yeah, let's get into it. So the song started as, I don't even know how to explain it. It started as a like a very quick demo that Micah had. And what I did was I pulled the vocals from the demo and just built around the vocals. So the original demo sounds literally nothing like the song at all. Actually, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. This will be an edit. All right, I found it. So this is the original demo that I created Trust Issues from. It sounds nothing like what I made.
Only been a couple weeks since I was sitting in your
It's obviously demo vocals as well.
home to meet your mama. Was that to keep me? Was that to keep me from finding out the truth? You said that 'cause maybe I had truth. You said I have trust issues.
So yeah, from there I extracted the vocals. Maybe that's here.
You said I have trust issues.
No. Here? Oh, so then this was the first demo, it looks like, that I made. 625 I had the demo. And then 918, that same night I had this. So let's hear what this is. You can hear the vocals aren't quite right, like timing wise. There's not swing to them. So I had to edit in the swing and everything to make them fit the beat better. But yeah, so I sped up the demo, changed stuff. You can see I had the general idea in 3 hours, 2.5 hours. So the song came very naturally. When I heard this, immediately this came into my head. I don't know how, but you hear the first drop is. I didn't have the dun 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 dun. I didn't have the dun 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 yet. So yeah, that's how it started. Let's go in here and break it down. So I have it broken down already because I was making stems. It's color coordinated. Vocals are up here in pink. Bass is down here in this yellowy color. So let's start out with the intro. We have this. And this is just on a different track because I'm adding Endless Smile over here, making it reverby. A lot of times I do that. Instead of trying to automate on the same track, I'll just put it to a different track and automate. Just easier for me. Same with like reverbs, or same with like delays. I just add them to a different track. Yeah, so it's just, I think this is actually from the original demo vocals. I just kept it. Here we have, I think we're fading in the drop already here. Yeah, but you can't really hear that in the mix very well. Let's see, we have... Oh. This is just a sample piano I found in key. Most of the song is actually like me writing the piano, but I don't know why I did that for that. Probably just wasn't thinking and liked it. Beautiful little ambient synth, also sample. Just plucking guitar, one note. I really like these bird sounds. I don't know what inspired me to add them to the song, but I really, really, really like the touch. They're at the beginning and at the end of the song, if you pay attention closely. Love the sound. And then we just have like an effects sweep up here, or down here. And altogether it sounds like this. Oh, okay. Sometimes a pitch will like glitch, so just disregard that. There we go.
Only been a couple weeks since I was sitting in your car. We were driving home to meet your mama.
Also, this song is so good because Micah's vocals are just like insane. She's so good at singing. Like when she gave me her like raw vocals, it's so easy to do stuff good or do stuff well when the artist is so talented. But yeah, so the vocals look crazy. These are muted. There's different attempts, and down here I have all the takes. Oh, I deleted them out here. I had all the take tracks at the bottom, and then I picked the best takes and blah blah blah, and then drag them through on layers, blah blah blah. Let's just solo this real quick.
It's only been a couple weeks since I was sitting in your car. We
And
were
this is with effects off, all effects off.
It's only been a couple weeks since I was sitting in your car. We were driving home to meet your mama.
With effects on.
It's only been a couple weeks since I was sitting in your car. We were driving home to meet your mama.
Alright, so let's break down the effects. Coming up first, we just have auto-tune. Nothing crazy. And then we have basic EQ, get rid of the lows, get rid of some of the muddiness. Then we have an F6, which is just I forget what the term is, but it's the EQ that adapts. It looks like I'm just taking out some of the harshness at like 2.6 or so. Yeah. And then we have Vocal Rider, which is just
it's only been a couple.
just like gain staging. I could have manually done. I think I did manually do it a little bit, but just vocal writing to make it even more level throughout. This is just getting rid of some of the sibilants.
It's only been a couple.
So the P's and the S's and stuff like that. Then we have a 76. It's just an 1176. Just to tame and unify the audio form further. So it's not doing a lot. It's just at like 1 to 2. And it has a 7 and 3 and a 4. You can just copy this if you want. From what I know and what I've experimented, that's the best compressor to not squash the vocals, but level out the vocals. Then I have a solid EQ. Looks like I'm taking around some 300, taking around some bass, adding some 56. And that's it. Don't know why I'm doing that. Let's see with and without.
It's only been a couple weeks since I was sitting in your car driving.
Yeah, who knows?
It's only been a
take out more of the harsh. This is the same as like the F6. I just have this as well. It's a Pultec. So all I'm doing here is once I take some of the bass out, I'm adding the bass back in at 60. You can see here, boosting here, attenuating, which means like pretend my mouse is the graph, and like this is the bass and this is the treble. Attenuating will like cut out right around like the muddiness area. From what I understand. Yeah, so I'm just adding more bass into it. So I kind of took out too much bass, added more bass in. The here is taking more out again, and then I compress harder. There's a 2A, LA2A compressor.
It's only been a couple weeks since I was sitting in your car. We were driving home to meet your mama.
That's supposed to be doing more, quite frankly. This is a good tool. I think it's Phil Spicer. I'm not entirely sure. It's just adding reverb. So just a little bit of reverb on the actual take itself. And stabilizer cuts out some of the harshness, the problematic frequencies. The same as like smooth or something like that. And then fresh air, free plugin. Absolutely love this plugin. It adds some.
It's only been a couple weeks since I was sitting in your car.
A little crispiness, some air. I probably should put the 2A after that, but who cares? And then de-esser, just take some of the
It's only been a couple weeks since I was
all the S's. And then for my Synths, I have a hollow delay. Copy that if you want. And then track spacer, which is it reacts to the frequencies of whatever you have it sidechained to. So I have it sidechained to the main vocal itself. So essentially, like, the delay doesn't trigger until the signal of the main vocal disappears. So like when she's talking, there's no delay, and then when she stops talking, the delay comes in, like fades in. So you don't get like too much like overload. You don't want the delay going when you're hearing her voice. You want it to be clean her voice, and then when she fades away, delay. That's how you do it. You just sidechain. There's other ways to do it, but track spacer is a good cheap option. And then I just have some EQ. Let's see, and then bus 25, just sidechain compressing.
It's only
really harsh LA2A. With and without, I'll show you.
It's only been a couple weeks since I was sitting.
It just brings the vocal. That's very surprising how much it works. Brings the vocal up into your face. Look into sidechain compression if you don't know anything about it. It's super simple. Just send it to a bus, add a compressor, make it really intense compression, and then, bring it up until it sounds like it's in your face, and that's how you do that. Let's see, Uberma. This is just getting some big sound wider.
It's only been a couple weeks since I was sitting in your car. We were
so some wideness, and then this. I know I have all these fancy plugins, but it's like $15 a month to get all the Waves plugins now. It's kind of cool. This is just more stereo enhancing.
It's only been a couple weeks since I was sitting in your car. We were driving home to meet your mama, 'cause you swore I was the one. It's only been
You can just hear it outside. So there's a lot of experimentation that went into it, and this is what I came up with. It's probably like way too much unnecessary stuff going on here, but I think it sounds really good. It sounds like Halsey, like it just sounds like a good pop vocal.
It's only been a couple weeks.
I'm proud of how it turned out. So you see there's all these other vocal tracks too, but some of them are just same as that, just on a different track. I think this one is from the original demo. Oh, that's just some double tracking lower here. So is that? What's this? Yeah, so here's what I mean when I say put a delay on its own layer. I just take the part I want to delay, put on a new layer, add a crap ton of tape delay. I should have EQ'd that. There's probably some unnecessary bass in there. Yeah, it should be like this. That was a mistake, but whatever. Down here. Once again, this is from the actual demo. I just kept it in there. I thought it'd be some cool character to keep it from the demo itself. And by demo, I mean this. And then her original demo was in like 80 BPM, and I sped it up to 115. So when she re-recorded her vocals, like to get the final vocals, she had some. It was harder for her to speed up, but she did incredible. So, all right, let's go into here. Like, oh my god, dude.
You said I had trust issues.
What's really funny about this part,
Forever, but that
in the original demo, I had to like cut out her final word there to make it work. Like right here. And it's in one. So when she recorded the vocals, she didn't include the in one night. It was just one. And I had to be like, yeah, include the one night part as well. That was my bad. So now it sounds good. So you see, I had to add it in later. All right, so that's enough for vocals. What's down here? Oh yeah, I also doubled some parts with the original demo vocals as well. It just adds some. The demos are more like aggressive than the main ones, more soft. So I liked adding some of those back in. They have this like amp sound. I just have the reverb here. Not reverb, delay. My brain is not functioning right now. So I mean those three together. Oh, it's so crisp. Like if I take these out. So much better with that little thing. So that's just something you wouldn't really think of or hear, but it adds some depth to the vocal. And we have
Only issue I had was you, and maybe I had trust issues, but you were breaking every rule. The only issue I had was you. Only issue I had was you, and maybe I had trust.
and we go into
I know one day we'll be older. I know one day I'll move on. I'll be with
her performance
somebody.
is just incredible. She's so good at what she does. Made my life so easy. Then we have here. So get over it.
Get over us.
So this is just her saying "Get over us." Get over us. Get over us. Get over us. But from the demo take as well. So what's really cool about the song is so much from the demo in here that survived. I think that's really cool. Adds character and backstory to it. So these are also from the demo. What's it sound like without all these effects? There it is. This is one of my favorite plugins. It's free. KHS distortion, it's so good. When you turn the dynamics up, like everything's the same level volume, it's just so good. But I have this on foldback, there's other options. I really like foldback. It's such a good saturation tool. It's one of my favorites, and it's completely free. There's EQing. Within the smile, I guess I build it up. And fresh air. So good. So that's in the, the build. Excuse me. And I make it brighter, and I open up the EQ a little bit. Alright, so let's move on from vocals. You've seen enough of that. Let's go to bass. Bass is super simple. I built this bass off of one of my favorite artists, NOTD, with Noted. They made a live stream just like this, breaking down a song they made, and I just kind of copied how they made their Reese bass. It's in Serum. You don't have to have Serum to do this. It's very simple. It's just pretty simple. How can I get the other view? I don't even know how to use Serum that well. If you have Serum, This is it. I don't know what to tell you. It's just a simple. God, what's the? My brain is not functioning right now. Not a sine wave. the one that looks like this. It's that, and then I just add some unison and some detune. And this is what it sounds like before I EQ it. And EQ. And then once again adding some bass back in with the Puig tech, and then just adding some clipping for mixing mastering reasons. So yeah, it's a very simple bass line. Very, very simple. I'll bring this up an octave so you can hear it better. It's pretty much that the whole song, I think. So not much more to talk about that. That's how I did the bass. Strings! This was really fun. I loved playing the strings on this. Made me feel like I was in an orchestra. The strings, I think, are all a free plugin. It's from Labs. If you don't have Labs, highly recommend Labs. These are all free plugins that I use often. Like Soft Piano is one of the most famous ones. But they have great string ones as well. And I'll play these for you. Strings. You probably don't even really notice these in the song that well, unless it comes to a quiet part. It's so beautiful. There's some like fighting in the middle a little bit, but it's like a beautiful fight, and it's so good. You can hear that in context. You barely hear them, but you'll hear them more here.
You said I had trust issues. Was that to keep me? Was that to keep me from finding out the truth?
Find
You
these,
said I
bring it
had
back.
trust issues, and now I can see.
They're there. They are there. They're there. They sound good. I like them. So yeah, I think I was just kind of experimenting with random things until it worked. Just what notes I thought were missing, and they kind of they're there to fill the space. They're not there to be in your face. They're there to fill the background and fill the ambience. So yeah, those are strings. We're gonna jump into piano. This is what I played for the piano. Obviously I can't play all of it at once, so I added in my own MIDI, but I need to shut my door. It is freezing in here. Ugh. All right. Like I said, I think this is also Labs. This is the soft piano. It sounds so good. And I just threw some EQ to get rid of some lows and then some OTT. So this is without. OTT is really good for like pop songs. Brings the crispiness out. And then in the break, I added, I think, just lower an octave. That's it. Oh no, I added more aggressive piano. So in here, there's also intimate piano, soft drama. It's layering the piano, make it more aggressive, like I said, so you can hear it in the break more. without.
The only issue I had was you.
You like can't even hear it without the double. Barely.
The only issue I had was you.
Makes a big difference. So that's a little tip. If you feel something is thin or weak or not poking through, just add another layer that's the same instrument or something a little different and layer. All right, so let's go on to drums. Layering, okay. Not go on drums yet. Something I learned when learning production is layering is kind of what sets you apart from everyone else, makes it unique, and layering is how you make your own unique sounds, make it fit in the mix better. With layers, you can EQ to different layers different ways to make them fit in different ways. Yeah, so layering is a good tip to try out if you're new to all this stuff. These are the drums. A lot of times I just pull a drum kit off Splice. Honestly, sometimes I'll customize it, like I'll put it out to a sampler and then do my own thing. But in this one I didn't feel like it, and that's okay. So good. So that's in the beginning. In the beginning, the first verse, I have a different drums from the second verse. I add a more poppy feel verse or drums to the second verse. That's second verse, and this is first verse. So, yeah.
It's only been a couple weeks. It's only been about a minute since the last.
It just hits harder and overall builds the, I don't know, builds the character of the song as it goes along and the intensity, which I think is good. So softer, harder, even harder. I think it's just adding like a shaker maybe. Ooh. Oh, these are a third drum. Wow, I kind of thought that these drums are the same as these drums. So the first verse, second verse, and break or chorus, all different drum patterns and drums kits. Crazy. Wow, I really did that. I surprised myself. Like, what would this have sounded like if I included these drums here? Ugh. Thank God I didn't do that. Yeah, the drums kind of make that what it is. That's awesome. Good for me. See, I didn't do much to these. I think EQ took out some of the muddiness and the harshness. Then a 160, it's a good drum bus. Drum compressor. Guess an SSL comp for some reason. Yeah, that's what I did for drums. And then down here in the bridge, just the chorus drums, but filtered down. Taking on the highs and lows. And then it looks like I have it in the smile. That I don't use? Okay. I feel like I need to use that, but whatever. Alright, well there's that. Now we're going to the synths. The synthesizers. What happened to the track colors? Alright, so these are the synths. I think all of the synths. Not all of them. Maybe all of them? come from stuff I found online? I think so. I'm a big fan of drones, so in most of my songs I have drones, and I could create my own drones, but there's so many on the internet, I just find one that I think works and EQ and yada yada to make it fit. Sometimes I create my own drone, but I feel like more people are out there, or people out there are more creative than I am anyway, so it works out. Power of teamwork. Yeah, this is just a drone. I have it throughout almost the entire song. For some reason, I don't have it on the second drop. Don't know if that was intentional. I'm going through here. I'm realizing I missed some things, but that's fine. Unless I did it on purpose, who knows? So let's just look at all these synths. I'm looking over here on the left side to see how I EQ'd these and such. What are these? Oh, these are personal. Alright, so I did draw on some synths here. And they're, once again, Labs. Labs is so good, guys. I love Labs. Synth Strings for that one. And then Analog Lab 5. Aftertouch Lift. It's like Juno sound. Yeah. So I thought without those, it probably sounded empty. Yeah, so much better with. And see here, I use some synths as, risers. Ooh, that's a good one. So yeah, what I do a lot of times is go on like Splice or Lander, and there's another one like Tracklib. It's all the sample sites, or just search on the internet sometimes for stuff in my key, and then mindlessly search through the FX tabs or synth tabs, and a lot of times I use stuff that wouldn't be FX as FX. That makes sense. Yeah. What are these?
Was that to keep me? Was that to keep?
This is just like a one-shot pluck synth sound. Added that distortion. I was experimenting with that. This is that delay. It's just Valhalla Supermassive without it. With it. And here, not only does it obviously extend the tail of the reverb, but as a reverb does, but it also, with having it directly on the track itself, it's taking it out of your face, if that makes sense. Like, listen to how close it sounds to you, and like just like aggressive without this. Then with it. It's not only a volume thing, it's also, I can't explain it. It takes some of the frequencies out, but it's really nice. What is this? Stop. Guess I use it as a hit. Yeah, I use it as a hit, and then I have it sweep up. So that's going throughout the entire second break. important thing to think about when you're making a song, especially a pop song, is always have ear candy and elements, contrast and variation in what you're hearing on both sides and everywhere. So just make it interesting, and these are just things in the background making it interesting. That's all that is. All right, let's go into the chops. So, see how I did that. All right, so the da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, that is from a sample. I wonder if I can extend the sample. Wow, I don't even... That's long. So this is what I mean when I use stuff as they're not usually used as. I guess I heard these chords and liked part of the chord and turned it into this. All right, part of the chord progression and turned it into this. Like, what did I take? Oh wait, there's reverb. My bad, hold on. Oh, that's just how they are. Alright. Yeah, so I heard that and I took the mano mano and turned it into this. Love that. I think what I was doing, I was going through Splice, and you can like press the arrow to like go up and down through songs and play from the beginning. And I was probably just like pressing the back arrow and like restarting the sample, like bana mana, bana mana 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 mana. I was like, oh, that's cool, and then dragged it in and did that. It's probably how it went. And then the bow 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 is just her vocals that I took and I think I probably deleted the actual sample track, but this is the bounced track of it. But I took her vocals, brought onto a sampler. Yeah, these found different keys. Bow, 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 bow. I can't really show you, but this is without effects. It's definitely her voice. Distortion's doing most of it. Then EQ, take out some of the harshness, add some OTT, fresh air, harshness, and adding some bass back. And in context, that's what these sound like. And that's it. I found those pretty immediately. Like, I mean, we go back to the first demo. I didn't have the bow, 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 bow. This is 3 hours later. Yeah, so I didn't have those for a bit actually. This part. Definitely the first night. Anyways, and I also tease it. Something really important is knowing how to tease your drop so it's not like bang all of a sudden and throws you off. And it has to be subtle to the point where you don't really notice it if you don't think about it. But if you think about it, you hear it, if that makes sense. Like, listen to these. And in context. So subtly there. And then here, I think I bring it more into your face. Yeah, and so right before the drop, it becomes big. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. That's so good. I'm so proud of myself. That's so good. All right. Let's move on to the effects. Effects are key to having a song sound complete and whole in general. You can make your own effects if you want. I once again just use samples. There's so many out there from so many talented people. I just kind of find crashes and rises and blah blah blah, and to my heart's desire, I'll distort them how I please, and then yeah. So in the beginning we have the birds and that guitar, and then we'll have some risers. Okay, what's later on? Just a riser. Woo! Let's hear that. So let's hear this part with and without the riser. So here's with. Without. Bleh! Oh, see? 2 little risers. 3, I guess. That's all you need. Makes your song so much better. More risers. I have a thing where in the choruses, I do it like a crash, I have big crash and small crash. So like small crash every 2 bars, big crash every 4 bars. And a lot of times I sweep up every bar or every first and third bar just to like make it feel good. Like, what is this one? Yeah, first. Usually I put another one here. Don't know what's in it. This is just a long riser. It makes you feel like the suspense building and gets you like, oh, I'm ready for the drop. And then it drops and you're like, also contrast is a big element of production you need to understand. What I did here is pink, 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 one little beat before the drop. I cut almost all the instruments to black in movie terms, like cut. So it's more of a harsh, oh, the issue I had was, and then you hear you, and it's just her voice, you, and then bang, bang. Yeah. Listen.
You said I had trust issues, and now I can't see. The only issue I had was you.
So I think the only thing going in that you part is the build. Is that. And her saying you. Literally. That's it. I just made that 1-0. Well, there's her secondary vocal, and this is her main vocal. And then you. Alright. Yeah, okay. So that's, my mouse just stopped working. That's pretty much it. It took about, I don't know, a few weeks to do, but most of it came in the first couple nights. I guess we can look at mixing, mastering. On the mastering ends, I just use, I actually mainly use Lander for mastering now. So I just have that on there. What I'm doing here with the ozone thing is I'm just soloing, I'm not soloing, soloing the bass. So anything below 100, I'm just, am I saying this right? Yeah, anything below 100, I make it mono. God, I knew it sounded weird. So mono, and then expanding 1 to 6K a little bit, like stereo imaging, and then anything above 6K, making even more stereo. So basically, the lower the frequency, the more mono, and the higher, the more spread, and then in the middle, it's in the middle, if that makes sense. So I'm just making the bass mono here, and then giving a little soft compression, just make everything glue together, and then throwing on a Lander mastering thing. And then I like my songs loud, so I have an Ultra Maximizer on there, which is just Maximizer. It's Wave's newest one, I believe, and I'm trying to get it to like 8 millibits, I think. Yeah, I like having around 8 or so for streaming purposes. Just to make it feel loud and in your face. And that's it. That's Trust Issues. That's how I made it. That's the story behind it. That's how it happened. That's how it went down. That's why I did everything. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. But thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed the song. Reach out to me if this was helpful. Leave a comment. This will probably get like 10 views, but if, of the 10 of you that watch it, if any of you actually watched all the way to this point, leave a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see. Let me know if this helped. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible because I know as a new artist, this stuff would be life-changing to see. It's way less intimidating when you understand how it works. So yeah, that's it for now. Hope you guys have a good day and a good week. Go stream Trust Issues. Go save it. Share it with your friends. Feel like you're a part of it now that you've seen everything behind the scenes. So, all right. Thank you. Bye.